I got
Just
big
takes
boy.
a second.
I got big boy Bubba's today.
Okay, big boy Bubba's. Wait a minute. Hold on. Slow down, player. Slow down.
Speaking of my boy.
Down. All right. So, let's set the stage, man, before you just start introducing guests. Let's get ready. 1, 2, 3, mic check. Here we go.
Mic check.
Yes. Barefoot, Boris, and Blaque Holiday in the house, and we have a couple new guests today.
Hell yeah.
A couple new guests.
Who's this guy right here?
Man, are you serious? You really asking me?
Do you guys know who this is? You guys don't know?
Man.
Turn the TV on.
Boom. Turn the TV on. Turn your brain on.
Turn your brain on.
Right?
Look at that baby Yoda. Look at Yoda in the house.
Yeah. He don't even talk. He just listens.
He chills.
Look at his ears. He can't help but listen.
He be moving his arms every once in a while randomly.
Hey, listen. I'm going to just share this right now. I probably was going to share this later, but I'm going to share this right now because it fits. You know, I was just telling somebody earlier today that, you know, when I was actually pursuing ministry, right, I was in this school, and I decided that I didn't want to be in that school any longer, right, but because I was in the school and because of, you know, what I had displayed while I was in the school, when I got ready to leave, one of the chaplains was like, you know, there's nothing about you that's an accident. He said, basically, the way you are, the color of your skin, your size, everything about you is for a reason. Yeah. You know, if God wanted you to be something else, He'd have made you shorter. And you know what I mean? Like, you have to find out. A lot of times we talk, and this is perfect because the name of the show, name of this one, Dream University, Step 4, tap into your resources.
There you go.
And sometimes we don't even realize that your resource could be having long arms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your resources. I mean, look at basketball players. Look at Mutombo. No. He's blocking shots like 90 going north. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, and we can go down a laundry list of different athletes. I don't even want to get into that. But, you know, if they can make themselves rich beyond some of you guys' wildest imaginations based on their physical assets, why are they so special? Or are they special? Do you have physical assets as well that you can use to make you rich? Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm just asking.
Yep.
I mean, it's a question worth asking.
Yep.
And you know what made me ask that?
What?
Yoda's ears.
Hold on, I gotta unplug this thing real quick.
Oh yeah. We gotta take that down. Oh.
Ooh. That's a lot smoother. That's smoother.
How did we forget that?
I don't know. I thought about it and I was like, man, I don't want to cut them off.
Slipping, pimping.
I don't want to cut them off and go unplug it. I'm gonna wait because that.
But look, let's get back to what I was saying because I was making a hell of an observation. I don't know how strongly you guys feel about it, but as I was just sitting here and I had just said that Yoda listens. He don't even talk. He just listens. And I said,
he's using what he has to.
It's a reason why his ears is that long.
Yep.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, so he can actually hear what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess if you can't hear, if you don't listen, you don't become the Yoda master.
So if you listen, you will become the Yoda master.
Gotta listen.
You gotta listen.
You might hear something you can use. And so what about your guess?
His ears are red.
Oh, he's really colorful.
That's what they
and
call
you guys are kind of matching. You got the same gold on.
Yeah, huh? Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did you plan that?
No. I got a little photo shoot with this gold in him though.
Do you? So it's just a subconscious thing. The sweater makes you draw to it. And you said you was gonna have him here today. You know, every time that we come to you, try to make it a point not to just jump into what we want to talk about. We kind of think of things that you guys might enjoy, something that might be different that you might like to see as well. And so today, Barefoot Boris decided to bring out
Bubba Boy.
Bubba Boy.
He's a good boy, you know?
Yes, it's a real turtle.
He got the he's a radiator slider.
This is what happens when you hang around white people.
You got cool shit, alright? Interesting shit.
It's different. It should be different. It's just different, dog. It's just different.
Yeah.
So what's up with the turtle? You said you was gonna break down the science on him.
On him?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was joking.
I thought you like had a reason why. You know, because we were talking about different things, you know, like why everything.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, why? Well, I mean, this big boy, I mean, he's okay, but I have the baby over there that I wanted to take care of him because he was in a little thing but the water was so murky he couldn't even open his eyes under the water, and it was dirty. And my sister said,
"Can you bring him over here?"
The little guy, I'll bring the baby.
Listen, I've never seen this before. I've seen it when I came in today, but I've never seen this before. I'm not a turtle guy, just saying. But isn't it's always good to experience something different.
Can you guys see the baby?
Look at that.
The mini. Let me see how it looks. Oh yeah, you guys can see it. Oh yeah, it looks real good on here. That's a baby right there.
That's not something you see every day.
Look at this, cheeky boy.
Well, you know what that tells me?
But this is the guy I was trying to save, ladies and gentlemen.
But you know what that tells me? That just tells me that everything starts off small.
Everything starts off small, except for baby elephants. They don't start off small. They start off small too. I don't know.
Well, they're a lot smaller than they are when they're full grown.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, everything starts off. Even the biggest things you see, one started off small. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
cycle of life.
Cycle of life, and so sometimes we think that because our ideals, when somebody tells you that you're thinking small, say thank you. I know now that I'm starting. You know what I mean? Because if I start small, eventually it will be big. So there's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with starting small. There's nothing wrong with not having all of the pieces of the puzzle together before you figure it out.
Yep, and you gotta start small. If you don't start small, then you won't start at all.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you gotta start.
Just start.
You gotta start,
and that's what that little turtle, he's just starting.
He's just started. Some people start off in an easier spot than others. Some people are born with better resources, like we're talking about.
Are they?
I feel like some people are born. Yeah, of course.
So you think Yoda got better resources?
It depends on his dream, what he's trying to do with his dream. Because you're gonna use your resources to apply it to your dream. So it all depends on your dream and the resources that match that dream. You know what I mean?
I got you. I follow you. I just was thinking more along the lines that we all have, I guess we do have different resources when we think of resources that are not inside of us. You see what I'm saying? That are external. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I guess it's just kind of because all this week I've been kind of getting my thoughts together for this, and I never even looked at it like that because I was always focused on the internal resources.
Oh, internal?
Yeah, just what we possess as human beings.
So when you say tap into the resources you have, what do you mean by that?
Well, that's perfect for this one. So what I am thinking, and when I'm speaking about tapping into your resources, not necessarily speaking about vehicles and money and the wealth of my parents or what have you, because as you said, that can vary from person to person. The one thing, just to keep a straight line, let's just talk about the resources that you possess as an individual, that all of us possess. So that way we won't get into this short-sightedness of mind. Like, oh, well, they got this and they got that, and that's why. No, there's an even playing field amongst all of us, right?
That we all have internally.
I'm not smarter than you. If I appear to be smarter than you, it's only because I took more time to invest in my intellect than you have.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So, in that sense, it's like the resources I have, you have too. We talked about that one other time when we talked about that clip in Tupac's movie where he tells the other guy that, don't be mad at you, had the same 24 hours I had.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You got the same 24 hours. I just use mine to become a star, and you still in the hood tripping off of me. You understand what I'm saying? I'm way past that now.
Yeah.
Get your game up. You understand what I'm saying? So when I talk about tapping into your resources, what I'm talking about doing is tapping into your intellect, tapping into your health, tapping into your sight, the tone of your voice, the size of your height. All of these things are things that you can use to your advantage. And something if we take our mind off what you don't like about yourself. Because you don't know why you were created. So take your mind off I don't like this and I don't like that, so I'm going to change it. No, don't change nothing, because when you change it, then you're going to have to work that much more further to get back to who you really were, which is who you were supposed to be to do the thing you're supposed to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? So sometimes we have to get off of like my hair, I don't like my the color of my skin. or some people don't like their gender, so they try
That's
to
true.
they change it. They try to change
so they
this,
yeah.
but they don't really realize that the way you are is the way you are for a purpose. And if you change it, then you cheating yourself.
It might be
out of
your purpose, kind of, because you're missing the keys to get to.
Well, whatever you become is not going to be the thing that you was created to do. Period.
I mean, yeah.
Period. I don't care how you look at it. If I create a hammer to hammer, and you come along and take off the hammer and do something else and start beating the drum, okay, well, you might have beat the drum, but that's not what it was created to do, though.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? You're circumventing the destiny of the individual. So this is what I'm saying. Like, one of the things we have to do when we really get into the art of manifesting, because you're not manifesting from a physical form. You're manifesting from a spiritual. You're from an invisible. You see what I'm saying? And so.
And you turn that into physical.
And you turn it into physical. But when you go into the spiritual, the things that have worth in the physical may not have no worth in the spiritual. And most times they don't. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying that to say is that you kind of have to reset your mind into how you're thinking about things. And that's why I'm like, the whole time I've been saying, I never thought about
the material.
I never thought about, oh, well, some people born with better resource, because I'm always looking at myself in the most optimal powerhouse. And if I look at myself like that, if I compare myself to what other people have physically, then I may feel cheated. And if I feel cheated, then I may do something that I should not be doing because I felt cheated.
Yeah.
When really, I shouldn't even been thinking about that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
That is a result of how he used his natural resources. That's why the other guy was hating. What you saying is exactly what Tupac was saying in the movie.
Like,
you tripping off of what I got.
Yeah.
But you should be. You got the same thing I got.
Yeah, we got the same 24 hours.
We got the same 24. I just happen to do this.
Yeah.
Go. You know what I'm saying? Do what you can do. Don't be tripping off of me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You got the same resources I got, basically. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we have to get into that. We have to get into more of a spiritual way of thinking about what resources are, because if we constantly looking at resources as being, money, bank accounts, and all these tangible things, we'll never focus on the things that are inside of us. Yes. You see what I'm saying? Because we're all born spiritually rich.
We're all born spiritually equal, right? Okay. So, how does tapping into your resources relate to the 3 keys of success?
The 3 keys of success being patience, consistency, and gratitude, right?
Yes, I love that.
Yeah. Okay, well, and how does tapping into your resources represent the 3 keys of success? Is that what you're saying? Mm-hmm. Well, first of all,
relate to it.
First of all, patience part, right, means that you're not going to give up before you even get started. Mm-hmm. And then, the consistency is just like staying on that path, and sometimes you don't know what your resources are. But you just do what comes to mind. You know what I mean? Just do, something came to my attention. I always look at other people who are more advanced than me at the things that I want to do, to pick up cues and clues from them on how to do what I want to do better. And so one of the people that I really pay attention to is Bob Proctor. One of the reasons why, first of all, is because we're talking about The Secret. Everything that we're talking about relates to The Secret. And Bob Proctor is very well-known speaker from this that was involved with The Secret. And one of the things that he talks about is, he said when he first got started, when the guy first handed him the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he said he told him, Bob Proctor, who at the time was not really doing anything of value with his life, he told Bob Proctor, just take this book and read it and do everything that I say until you realize that I don't know what I'm talking about, or you not succeed. Your situation is not improvement. If those things don't happen, then just keep doing what I say. So the key thing here is...
Interesting.
Do you see what the key thing here is?
Tell me.
Do what I say.
Ha.
That's why
and so you feel like it's just pointless.
That's why I got caught up on the ears. Because when I really started to think about what he was saying, do what I say, you know, oftentimes people will ask you how to do something, right?
Yeah.
And then when you tell them,
they're like, nah.
They'll do it a whole totally different. And then, first of all, they didn't know how to do it. Then they ask you, you told them, and then they're going to argue with you about whether or not that, well, you didn't have no way.
You asked me, and I'm telling you how. Like,
yeah, so you didn't have no way before you asked me. Then I gave you some information, and instead of you taking time to investigate the information,
you're like,
you start fighting with me about the information. And the key thing here is that when you know that you're in a situation that you don't want to be in, right, you got to start listening so that you can pick up some cues on how to get out that situation.
People are stubborn.
Oh man, I was the most stubborn. What are you talking about?
Me
People
too.
stubborn. I'm talking to myself right now.
Me too.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So, you know, it took me some time to stop and listen. But then when I started listening, I realized that all this time I've been walking through life and all this shit been going on and I ain't been paying no attention to it. And this is valuable information.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not easy to do. That's why consistency and patience has a lot to do with, you know, the 3 keys of success and actually tapping into your resources. Because you kind of constantly be having these question marks in your mind that, you know, I know. See, this is a difference. If you don't think you're worth nothing, you ain't going to be looking. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you realize that you are worth something, then you're going to start looking, you're going to start searching for that worth. And you're just going to start searching for that worth in you. Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because you subconsciously know I am worth something. When you don't think that you're worth something, when you're suffering from self-esteem issues, you know, and things of that nature, that is what makes you focus on what's going on outside.
What you're thinking, yeah.
Instead, because you don't see yourself as worth anything. Everything that's worth anything, if I don't see myself as worth anything, everything that has any type of worth in me is obviously going to be not me. It's going to be outside of me. Mm-hmm. Because I'm worthless. I might not be saying that out loud, but subconsciously,
you think about it.
Yeah, that's the this operating system. That's the belief. That's the paradigm that I'm operating from.
Huh? Be having that thought.
Right. So sometimes you got to re-examine where your thoughts are coming from.
True.
You know, this is a lot of you know, when you're looking for gems, when you're looking for gold, when you're looking for diamonds, where do you look for them at?
In the mines.
You look for them in the mines. So that right there, there's no word that's being used on accident. Why, when they knew that, okay, this is where we find diamonds, we're going to name this a mine. Mm-hmm. Whoa! Whoa, player! Why did you pick mine for that? Is that symbolic of the fact that you already know that things of worth are in a mine?
In the mine.
Oh my God.
And you got to mine it.
And you got to work it.
You got to work it.
Work it? Yes, you got to get in there.
So you get the gold.
Man, and then when you chipping at it and it just looked like you still got to work with it to see what it really is.
Then you still have to refine it and cut it. And
Garrett, you cannot microwave success.
You cannot microwave success.
We back down to consistency. So somebody said, hey, yeah, I like the show, but can you make it? It's too long. Well, God, listen. Listen, what makes you think that the information that you need to change your life is going to come compressed in a 15-minute cycle? Like,
boom, here.
Here you go. Go away. Now go ahead and be free and rich.
Yeah, it's not how it works.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on, man. They're not giving up the keys like that, man. It takes a lot of grind and grit. And, man, come on.
And practice and patience.
And the cold part about it is when one of you died, somebody else got to pick it up and keep going.
Yeah.
You can't stop. It don't stop with one life.
That's true.
You gotta plant seeds, man, that can be carried on.
Can be continued and shit.
Right. And that's part of, and that leads to gratitude. Gratitude for being here. Do you understand what I'm saying? And once you once you're thankful for being here, then you're gonna be more focused on what you're supposed to be doing while you're here. Because you'll know you have a purpose. And why would you wanna, it says before the formation of the world and everything, God had you in mind. God had you in mind before the formation of a world. So why would you want to waste God's time like that? They say stop boring God by going and doing the same mundane things and living that mundane life. It's not what he created you for.
Never thought about it like that.
So that's gratitude.
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, when you have gratitude for your talents, then you use them.
Gratitude is key. I mean, I told you that last time. I said gratitude is key.
Yeah.
It is key. Key for success, at least.
Yeah.
So what do you think are your most powerful resources?
Oh, definitely your most powerful resource is God.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? It says that God is one of the most powerful overlooked resources in a person's life.
Overlooked, yeah.
Yes.
Overlooked for sure.
People don't think God is for them. You know, that is the trick of the enemy, right? They say the devil is a lie. So when you listen to this, right, this is the play on words. So when you listen to, you say, the devil is a lie. So you're thinking that the devil, which is something that's actually real, is telling a lie. No. The devil, the whole ideal of a devil is the lie.
Yeah.
Whoa, play it, damn. Heart don't rule in media broadcasting. Turn your phone off. Hey, anyway, no, listen. So yeah, well, you just, man, that threw me up. Like a little bell, you in a trance and they took you out of your the hypnosis. Yeah. Okay, so hit me with the question again, man. I forgot just that question.
You said the God is a lie. The devil's a lie.
The devil is a lie, right? So we thinking that the devil is telling a lie when the actual ideal of that term is that the devil itself, the whole concept of the devil, is a lie.
Like he's not real.
Yes.
That's how I always heard it.
Yeah, it's not real. You are the one. You see what I'm saying? Everything's set up for you to succeed. God is your most valuable resource. He's here to help you succeed. I don't know the way.
Yeah, so it's like,
hey God, can you help me figure this out? Sure.
I'll help you out.
That's what I created you for.
I'll give you the path. I'll give you the whole, the whole one too.
So look, you're going to ask me a question in a second, but I'm going to lead into that. Because most people are like, okay, people don't understand they haven't been taught how to communicate with God. So, how can I trust you to lead me if I don't even feel like I can communicate with you? Mm-hmm. See, if I'm gonna trust you to lead me, I gotta be able to talk.
To communicate.
I gotta be able to hear. I gotta be able to understand what you're trying to tell me to do.
Yeah.
That's like a clear communication. And so let me tell you why you thinking this thing can come in a 15-minute a reset button or something like that. Just learning how to communicate with God alone takes years.
It's a tough one.
It ain't gonna happen overnight.
Yeah.
Because the first thing, you can't see him. Only thing you can do is hear and feel him. And you gotta listen for his voice. Mm-hmm. I was just saying that if you really want to tap into your resources, tapping into your spirit is the best resource you can tap into, because it's the only thing that lasts. I mean, we all know that the things of this world pass. We all know that the cars get old, the clothes go out of style, the women stop coming around, men too. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even our loved ones die off. We all know that everything in this world is passing. Nothing here is forever.
Yeah.
Right? So if nothing ever really dies, what is going to live on? Your legacy is going to live on, and your spirit is going to live on. And your legacy lives on through your spirit. It lives on, because if you ain't doing nothing spiritually, your legacy, you ain't going to have a legacy. You have to put your heart in it. You have to put your whole soul in it. Those people who put their whole soul into things, those are the people whose legacy lives on. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something that you're willing to die for. If the people, all these mentors, I never was able to say that word, mentors or whatever, mentors, but basically people like Malcolm X, Stokely Carmichael, or Martin Luther King, Fred Hampton Jr. I mean, just people who have done things that, who's somebody in the war, the Civil War, any one of the soldiers that put their life on the line for what they believe in, whether it was wrong or right. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's conviction. But like I said, nothing in this world is going to live on. You understand what I'm saying? And one of the things that helped me even realize this is when I remember when I was younger, and I was hustling and all of this, and we was down to die for the things that we were trying to accomplish, or S-Class Benz or Lexus 300, or our goals weren't that high because we weren't exposed to a whole lot, you know.
Yeah.
But these things sent to us symbolize some type of making it, a sense of making
like
it.
a success,
and, yes, and worth and wealth. And I mean, there was other things too, but you know, a car for some reason is just a main focus in most guys' lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I remember those cars at Dayton's, all of that stuff. And then I you know, went and done my time. All these things were really valuable at that time. And when I came back home years later, right, these same things that had me, people was willing to die for, that I had this large valuation on, they were in the junkyard. Yeah, I mean, I literally seen them, and I'm like, damn, this is a Lexus SC400 coupe that my homeboy put his life on the line to achieve, and he ended up doing a bunch of time. Do you understand what I'm saying? And now the thing that he put his life on the line for is in the damn junkyard.
Wow.
That's your God?
Damn.
Huh? Is that your God? The one that's going to the junkyard? Oh, I'm just asking you. That's the one you're going to put your life on the line for?
Yeah. Wow.
Because that's with the thing you put your that's your God. The thing you're willing to die for. The thing you put your most time and interest into.
The most energy, your most focused. Like yeah, you're right. That's crazy, dude. So when you're referring to like these resources, and you're talking about the internal resources, what exactly are you talking about?
Well, you know, mainly we talked about.
The spirit.
That is mainly the spirit. You know what I mean? And you know, I think when we get into that topic, I think one of the things that needs to be mentioned is that, like, how do you go about tapping into these resources? How do you go about tapping into the spirit? And the way that you do that is, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned it, but it's through prayer and meditation. And so I always like to say, you know, prayer is us speaking to God.
Yeah, like a direct, kind of like a direct, yeah.
But guess what?
What?
Meditation is God speaking to us.
Yeah.
Huh? What do you do when you meditate?
I mean, there's different ways to do it, but I usually sit on the couch very quietly and kind of like clear my thoughts. That's what I do. I just clear my thoughts, and I usually feel pretty good. Do some breathing techniques, and it's like a natural sensation. I don't know how to explain it. You know.
So I mean, and that's good because you know some people don't know how to meditate. So I'm just gonna go through what I do as well, because people think that it's a very hard thing to do. Everybody has their own way of doing it. But the whole key is just like you said, clearing your thoughts. But why
clearing your thoughts?
Why are you clearing your thoughts?
It's like a cleansing, like a I don't know how to explain it.
Desensitizing.
Yeah, it's type of
de-stressing.
thing. De-stressing. Yeah, it's like a cool down, it's like your brain's working on your brain's working on overdrive, and it's like, all right, here now, let me give you 5 minutes to yourself.
Let me loosen the valve.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's and that's why we use breath to do it, because what I like to do is breathe all the old energy out and take in all the new fresh, fresh energy.
And physically see it like
come over you.
Like, imagine it, and it'll...
Even when I work out, you know, I try to work out.
Visualize it.
I try to work out as early in the morning as I possibly can, because there's a re-cleansing in the air that you can feel, you know, and it goes into your skin and it rejuvenates you. And it gives you an energy that lasts throughout the day.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's when you're tapping into your natural resources. That's one of the ways you go about doing it.
That's so perfect. That's a good answer. So you often use the words like "fake it till you make it,"
right?
Like that term.
Mm-hmm.
What do you really mean by that?
Well, you know, studies have shown that like 75 to 85% of our thinking is negative. You understand what I'm saying? And so the mind does not know fact from fiction. So if we're thinking negative, right, then we're going to be projecting negative.
Yep.
Period. That's what this whole manifestation is.
Yep. And attracting it.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Attracting
so
it.
Thinking the positive oftentimes means it takes faith to think positive. Because
it takes faith.
You're not seeing what you're having faith in.
I know.
You don't see it.
Your brain's like, come on.
So if I don't see it, does that mean that I act like it's not there?
You gotta act like it's there, man.
If I'm gonna manifest something, what do I have to do?
You have to imagine it.
I have to act like it's there.
Like it's there.
And what is acting?
believing in it.
It's faking.
Faking. Well, yeah.
I'm not that. The thing that I'm acting, if I go out here, if I go get into a cowboy movie right now and start shooting up some Indians, I am not a cowboy shooting it. That's not what I do. I'm faking it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you have to fake it in real life. You have to fake being the supervisor. You have to fake being the nurse. You have to fake being
just
the doctor.
For a little bit.
Until you actually become. I'm not saying go start operating on people.
Yeah, exactly.
But you just get into the mindset.
The mindset.
Yes, you start acting.
Crack that mind open.
Listen, man, my daughter, she's very good at this.
What?
Because she says she lives in what we call the neighborhood, whatever. But she don't do nothing in the neighborhood. She don't eat in the neighborhood. She don't shop in the neighborhood. Guess where she shop at?
Where?
Manhattan Beach. and the whole thing is, I'm shopping out here because I'm planning on living out here.
Hey.
So when I get out here, I need to know where things is at.
Hey.
So if this is my goal, then So this is how I'm saying fake it till you make it.
No, that's perfect. But awesome. I didn't know that.
You know what the cool part about it is we talked about environment before last time, and we just don't realize how much where you at has an impact on what you're thinking and how you move and how you feel. You understand what I'm saying? And if you're not at an optimal peak level mentally and emotionally, you're not going to be at an optimal peak level mentally.
Yep. I agree.
Gotta fake it, player.
It's for a little bit until it comes true.
It's coming true.
It's gonna come
That's
true.
where it comes in it.
How often do you create resources through your thoughts?
Ideals.
Huh.
Ideals are thoughts. You know what I mean? And that's why it's so important to meditate and to listen and to tap into that invisible world.
Tap into that yeah.
Yeah, because how are you gonna have an ideal? What are we really supposed to be here to do? First of all, you got to figure that out, and then you got to figure out the ideal, right? That is going to make what you came here to do work. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Like, if I know, take for instance, I know I want to be a motivational speaker. I want to use my voice. I know my voice is a talent, and I want to use that to create a currency for myself. They say that thoughts intelligently organized create currency. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So you get your thoughts. So it takes. It's just like how we talk about. We always go to the astronaut theory, but let's just make it more real now. I want to be a motivational speaker. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I came home thinking I want to do. You understand what I'm saying? Well, guess what? The first plan I had, remember we talked about having a plan. First plan I had, guess what? Didn't work.
Gotcha.
Guess what? Had to make another plan. Right? So now I got to make a plan based on a different environment, based on a different outlook on what's going on, because when I was away, I couldn't see what was going on the streets. Now that I'm on the streets, I see that the plan that I had wasn't even, and it just wasn't that effective. So now when I'm making a newer plan, I'm making it on newer information. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this ain't just something that I read in a book. This is something I've been through. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, so now, after I figure out now, okay, I know this plan didn't work, but I still want to use my talent and my skills, which is helping other people, my ability to, my voice or whatever. I want to use that to create currency in my life. But my first plan went astray. So what do I do now? You understand what I'm saying? So now I got to get a whole new ideal. Yeah. I'm still dealing with the same subject, but I need a new ideal.
Gotta just rewrite it, right?
So that I can come up with a different plan.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I gotta listen.
And that's what you gotta listen to.
That's why I gotta pray. That's why I gotta meditate. To get this ideal, to turn my talents, my innate talents, into riches. And along the way, like I talked about at the beginning, how small it starts off, is we start getting small little pieces of information and small little carrots of, but it all works out. A lot of times we get we get afraid. Right? Yeah. And see, even when I was doing what I was doing back in my hustling days, the number one rule was don't panic.
I like that.
You know what this number 2 rule was?
What?
Don't panic.
Ha.
Do you know what the number 3 rule was?
Don't panic.
C1 and 2. You understand what I'm saying? So the whole goal is don't panic.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we get in situations in life that don't seem like they're going to work themselves out, and we panic.
Yeah.
And we do things that throw off our whole destiny.
start panicking, you start giving up.
And you start doing
bailing
things.
out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get out.
Drugs,
whatever,
negative relationships.
whatever. Yeah.
You know, take a job, stay at a job you know you're not supposed to be at.
Yeah.
You know, because you're panicking. I can't get rid of that because now I don't know how to. I won't be able. I know I'm supposed to be doing this other thing, but I can't. You know, do that right now because I gotta pay these bills. I gotta feed these kids. You see what I'm saying? There's a sense of fear and panic in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is. Oh, there is.
When you know that God has told you to do this other thing.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out the ideal to make it all work. You know, and that's when we get back into patience and consistency and gratitude and all of these type of things.
I like that.
They all work together.
Yeah, they do. It's a good lifestyle too.
Oh, it's dope.
It's a dope lifestyle, right?
It's dope,
man.
Especially when you start getting what you're asking for.
Yep, it is. It's cool, man. You start. It's like back in the back of my head. It's like I kind of knew it was always real, but then once you start to see it, it's like a confirmation of like, you didn't work for nothing, man. You know, this wasn't a waste.
Yeah.
This wasn't a waste, man. Yeah. And even if it feels like a waste, you know what? That's because it hasn't came yet.
Yeah.
You just keep waiting. Just wait up, man.
Patience.
You're gonna give up. The fucking food's taking too long, so you're gonna walk out and not get the food?
Right.
Fucking wait for the food.
You know the food is coming.
You know the food is coming. Just wait for the food.
Be patient.
Just be patient. Just wait, man.
And that's the knowing is half the battle.
Yeah. Patient. Waiting. Just,
Yeah.
But shit, man.
We got to get to this recap, man, for this thing.
Recap.
So where we at now? Is that it?
That's
all?
it.
That's that. All right, let's get to the recap, bro, because I got to get this out.
Let's do it.
Yeah, man. I try not to. I try to find every way I can, like I said last time, to make sure that I give it as best as I can. And I have it written here. Remember the last time I had the cards, but I also have it written here because it's actually better. So hopefully,
the cards get mixed up.
Well, I'm gonna tell you honestly, homie. When I'm over here, I'm in a totally different mind state than when I'm. And you can take that for what it's worth.
Take it how you take it.
Yeah, take it how you take it. So, yeah, because I'm really like trying to zone in. But anyway, so here, let's do the recap. Now, this is the actual. I took the cards that I had last time when you see me in the recap in number 3, and I translated them onto this nice big white tablet so that I could see them better because, I needed my magnifying glass. I had a lot of information that I was trying to store, so that's why I put it on those index cards at that time so that it wouldn't be in big tablets, it'd be like condensed or what have you. But anyway, let's do it.
Well, number 1 I got. So when you say tap into your resources, what exactly do you mean by that?
Well, Webster's defines resource as a reserve supply of support.
Nice.
If we come down, wait a minute. Yes, a reserve supply of support. Here we go. Something to which one has recourse in difficulty, and ability to meet and handle a situation. Resources are infinite and can be both tangible and intangible, ranging from financial to spiritual, educational, motivational to professional. Know what resources you possess that will help you achieve your dream. Also know what resources you may have to find elsewhere. Use your imagination to visualize yourself attracting resources to you.
Very good, my friend.
You like that? Okay, cool. Let's go.
Number 2 is, how does tapping into your resources relate to the 3 keys of success?
Never give up on your dream before you get started.
Oh, yeah.
Just because you cannot see how you will be able to obtain the resources necessary to make your dream a reality at the moment. Take action, learn from your mistakes, turn setbacks into victories, see your victory with perfect clarity.
Yes.
Give yourself time and commit to the whole process.
Yeah.
Realize your thoughts, when organized accurately, create currency. Do all you can to support and encourage yourself positively. Always remain in a resourceful mind state. Avoid people who are constantly complaining and unhappy inside. Associate instead with people who are more successful than you, whom you can duplicate and learn from. Study their habits. Do something constructive which you know you can complete to generate currency. Create small feelings of accomplishment that inspire you to grow. Turn to God as a resource. God is a silent partner in all great enterprises. Never underestimate the power of God's grace.
Damn. That's a good one.
You like that?
That's a good one.
It's packed, man. It's packed. It's packed.
Packed with a lot of info right there.
Yeah,
a lot of good stuff in that one, man.
It's packed with a lot of time-changing information, man. It could change your time here on Earth.
I like that a lot.
Yes.
What do you think is your most powerful resource?
Well, the Bible says, ask and you shall receive. God is waiting within you to direct you in the way to receive all that you need. God is the most greatest resource that is often overlooked. Trusting in God and receiving His blessing in our lives is the greatest resource of all. The spark of the divine resides in each one of us. If God be with us, who can be against us? Increase your capacity to love. Pain is your resistance to truth. Value each individual and their unique gifts through acceptance, patience, and compassion. Angels work best in our lives when we specifically ask for their help. Enthusiasm and joy are evidence of God's presence among us. The root derivation of the word enthusiasm is in God. Inspiration means living in spirit. Connecting with the divinity present in each one of us is the most powerful resource we have. Connecting with the divinity present in each one of us is the most powerful resource we have. Listen, I think like the stuff that's going on, when you read the Bible, it's like the Tower of Babel. And so the Tower of Babel is when they were building this enormous creation that was going to reach the sky, where they thought, they were going to go reach the sky to be with God. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay, that was the goal?
Well, that was the goal. And so the people,
going all the way up.
The people were all working together to build this tower, which was going to fill the highest. You're going to see God. I mean, what greater feat is that for man to accomplish, to be face to face with God? So it says in the Bible that I believe it was God that saw what they were doing and then reached down and, because you're not supposed to see God, first of all. And so he reached down and distorted their language so that they could not communicate with one another. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so once they distorted their language, then we was just talking about, didn't we just have this conversation like about dogs or something? No, I said if you want somebody to lead you, I said that earlier. I said if you want somebody to lead you, you got to be able to communicate with them. Yeah. Right. So communication is the key. If you cannot communicate, then we can't build anything together.
Wow.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So I brought up that story because this is a ploy that they're using right now with this. Look at this. Watch this. Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? This is symbolic, man.
No communication.
No communication, bro.
Damn. Scary. Scary times right now. Look at that. Scary answer. So being that most of these resources are internally, how do you still tap into those resources?
To be able to go within in prayer and meditation and connect with a spirit much greater than yourself is so healing. Listen to what God has to say and you will yield astounding resources that will provide profound answers to major challenges in your life. Daily meditation and prayer are powerful tools for quieting your conscious mind in order to receive the assistance and direction needed from God to accomplish the impossible. Create resources in your life by using affirmations to make your thoughts more real. Repetition is the mother of habit. Behaviors, experiences, feelings, and things. What we think about, we become. Affirmations are the best way to clear our mind of negative thoughts that linger. We must erase the negative thoughts for prosperity thoughts to take place. Affirm positive statements out loud and in your mind daily to create outward change in your life.
That's all true. That's all true.
Daily to create outward change in your life.
You should manifest daily and meditate daily.
And you know what? This is not something that
cleared all the negativity off you. It's like taking a shower of bad thoughts. Like, no?
I just tripped like Yoda leaning. Leaning to the side, people everywhere. Yoda getting this swag on. But yeah, most definitely you wanna somebody say I've read books that says, especially like, when women want a man, you know, you got to like start clearing out space for that man to be in your life. Like clear out, if you got 2 closets, clear out 1. If you got 2 parking spaces, make room for that other parking space to be, you know, to be his. The same thing for a man, you know, make a way for that to be her.
Yeah.
And once you do that, once you start doing these things, right, then you creating space for this person to appear in your life. So if they are telling you to do this physically, how much more so we need to do this mentally and emotionally when we want. You got to be on a certain type of vibration to get where it is that you're trying to go.
Yeah, I agree. It says here that you use the term fake till you make it. Acting like we haven't heard it before, but we have.
Right.
So what do you mean by that?
Well, see and acknowledge a higher self-esteem in yourself and begin to act as if the life you want to lead is already so. In other words, fake it until you make it. National research has shown that 75 to 85% of our thoughts are negative. Our goal when attempting to tap into our natural resources in our lives is to change our internal self-talk from negative to positive in order to breathe life into our dreams.